How are we doing there, boys and girls? Mathis here and welcome back to another video. So today a little bit of a talky one for you. We're going to discuss what is going to be next for the legendaries. What do we think is going to happen in patch 9.1? I've been asked this a few times. It's popped up quite regularly on stream because people are kind of like just wondering right now, and people are coming up with a few speculations, and I thought I'd dive in with what I foresee might happening. Now this is, I should preface all of this is only a prediction. This is just what I feel Blizzard might do, and this is based on me playing the game for many years and seeing how Blizzard tend to do things. But Blizzard are taking a new direction with things, so we'll have to see if this pans out the way that I think it might do. But I think there's one of a few different options that Blizzard might take with the legendaries. Some that are going to benefit goblins in some way, benefit those who have taken the time to craft up their professions right now, and some that may not. And we'll explain into why. But just quickly, you can see here, the first thing I think that they're going to have to do, for no other reason than they just need to, they need to increase the ranks. But the question is by how many? Either just one of them, or they may increase it by multiple ranks, and we'll talk into detail about that in a minute. The second thing I think they might do, they might give us the ability in patch 9.1 to actually equip more than a single legendary. Even if they don't increase the item level by a dramatic amount of legendaries, simply giving us the ability to double up legendary powers, maybe combo them together, is going to increase the power performance of that player quite dramatically without actually giving you any more stats. The procs that are on a lot of these legendaries can be quite potent, and I'm sure there's many combinations where they can be paired together to work really synergistically. How about that for a word? Plus, I think the last thing they're probably going to do is they're going to look at tweaking the drop rate of Soul Ash. I don't think that Soul Ash is going to be so much of a time gating factor going forward. Plus, I think the mechanic of Soul Ash was something that Blizzard kind of they took inspiration from some past things that we'll look at in a minute, but I think the likelihood is they're going to increase it, but we'll talk about that now. So let's do these one by one then. What do we think is going to happen to the ranks? Well, rank 5, in my opinion, is almost inevitable. There's no reason that they're not going to introduce a rank 5. They've put the crafting of these legendaries in the hands of the crafters from day one. They've also given personal responsibility for people in terms of collecting the Soul Ash. I don't think that they would want to break that system completely by completely revolutionizing it, because realistically they still need you to rank up your legendaries. All of the hard work they've done with the professions, for the most part, is just completely null and void, and a lot of the professions would then basically have, I mean, tailoring, for example, would literally have nothing. They would make bags. It would be a huge backward step if they weren't to increase the ranks on them. So I think it's almost inevitable that they are going to increase the ranks. But let's look at this in a bit more detail and try and work out how many ranks do we think that they're going to be. Some people have speculated a single rank. Some people have speculated 4 more ranks. So let's look at what they've done in the past and see if we can draw any conclusions. So if we go back just one expansion, we go back to Mythic Ulndir. It was the first raid of the last previous expansion, BFA, and Mythic gear in there was item level 385. By the time we got into patch 8.1 and we went into Battle of Dazalor, the item level jumped for the Mythic gear to item level 415. That's a jump of 30 item levels. That's quite high. Now, Blizzard have actually openly said that for Shadowlands, they want gear to firstly feel more valuable, and they also don't want you to feel that you go into a new patch and you just completely replace all of that gear. BFA very much felt that you didn't play the expansion, you played the patch, and Blizzard are trying to get away from this. If you could have been Mythic geared and have full 385 Mythic Ulndir gear, but the second patch 8.1 came out, your world quests were virtually exactly the same. It basically null and voided any of the gear that you'd already acquired, and Blizzard are very keen to step away from that. And so on that basis, I think we're likely only to see maybe a 20 item level increase with the next patch 9.1 in the new raid, and so that really sort of tones down the maximum amounts of ranks that we could expect to see the legendary increase by. What I've just done here is I've put together some guesstimations on what they might do if they increase the ranks, and we can see that there's got to be there's got to be some item level jump, otherwise there's no real benefit for people to do it. It's got to the point where we had a big item level jump from rank 1 to rank 2. It was 20 item levels, a real big, very worthwhile jump. Then to go from 210 to 225 is only 15, and then it stepped down to only 10. So there was less benefit to stepping up each and every time. But I think if they go below 10 item levels, it's just not in people's interest actually upgrade the item. So I don't think they're going to go any lower than 10. I personally feel that rank 7 and rank 8 won't be a thing in patch 9.1. Maybe that'll be a patch 9.2 thing. I think they'll try and make the natural step up of item level about 10 times, 10 item levels per jump. It's going to make it kind of feel worthwhile. So I kind of feel rank 5 and rank 6. I'm in the position of thinking they're going to introduce 2 new ranks for legendaries. Now, this does come with a bit of an issue though. If they then go from having only 4 ranks to then having 6 ranks, what's the catch-up situation there? Now, Blizzard never wants to leave anybody completely in the dust, and so what they want to have in place is some way for people to kind of get there. Let's look at it from a crafting point of view though. How are people going to actually pick up the rank 5 and rank 6? Are they still going to have to grind through the first 4 ranks? Are they then going to have to craft 15 rank 4s to unlock rank 5? Are they then going to have to craft 15 rank 5s to unlock rank 6? In my opinion, probably not. I think Blizzard will give you a ability or a quest line, something similar to Tools of the Trade from BFA. Tools of the Trade required you to have your profession maxed. We already have that limitation to even learn the legendaries in the first place, so that's going to stay in place. But all you needed to do was go to the trainer, pick up the quest, you do a small quest line for the Tools of the Trade, and then you unlock the new ability. I think Blizzard will do something very similar. They'll allow you to do a small quest, unlock rank 5, regardless of if you've unlocked rank 2, 3 or 4. And then you'll probably need to craft X amount of them to unlock rank 6, which will be the top item level for that patch. That's what I feel will be. What's this going to mean for goblins though? Well, it means for goblins, those that have already learned or skilled up rank 2, rank 3 and rank 4 are still going to see some benefit to of doing it. It's not going to completely null and void it, because General Joe that is upgrading his legendary is still going to need to go through these ranks. In theory, I imagine it will be the case that he could jump straight in at rank 6 if he wanted, but there will always be people that will work their way up the ladder as they gain the Soul Ash to be able to do it. So people who can craft ranks 2s, 3s, 4s are not going to be totally left behind. There'll still be some advantage for them to craft them and also sell them, but new goblins will be able to step into the market. They'll be able to do the quest line, unlock rank 5, and then eventually if they craft and ultimately sell enough of them, they'll be able to unlock rank 6 and compete. This doesn't mean that the new ranks of legendaries are going to be as ridiculously profitable as the rank 1s and 4s have been. Now, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and with the hindsight of seeing how profitable rank 1s to 4s have been in the first initial patch, there'll be a lot of people keen to get on board with any new ranks that do appear. With only 2 of them though, it's going to be the same as 190s and 210s. I would imagine rank 5s will very rarely sell for any more than what it actually costs to make them, because it's basically the entry level one. Rank 6s will hold a little bit of value in them, because the likelihood is you'll need some expertise in crafting rank 5s to unlock rank 6 again. So that's what I feel is going to be with ranks. 2 additional ranks, probably a quest line for some sort of catch-up mechanic to unlock rank 5, and rank 6 will likely be unlocked in the same sort of fashion, crafting a bunch. Now, with all this said though, what happens if they give you the ability to equip 2 legendary items? This is going to be really cool for goblins. If you can equip 2 legendary items, instantly there's going to be a huge demand once again for all of the ranks of legendaries. Mostly rank 1s, because it gives you the ability to quickly gain access to the power, and it's the combination of those powers that I think will be key. So rank 1s will find their footing again. There'll be a good sell rate on the rank 1s for sure. Rank 4s will probably see an increase in demand simply for the fact that it will be the highest and easiest and best legendary item that you'll be able to acquire at that point. And there's a good chance by the time patch 9.1 comes up, people will have sort of stockpiled a whole bunch of ash to be able to just instantly buy and use and craft a rank 4. We'll talk about stockpiling ash in a minute. But then, of course, there's going to be big demand for whatever's the new high rank, which in my opinion, as we've just discussed, is probably going to be rank 6. So there'll then be basically 3 that people will be in demand for. Rank 2s and 3s and probably the entry level new rank, so rank 5, are probably going to be in a bit of a bad spot, but that's just, you know, it's the natural thing. The stuff in the middle is never beneficial to anybody. But I do think being able to equip 2 legendaries will be a logical step forward for Blizzard, allowing them to not increase the item level dramatically, but still give players that extra power. And finally, I want to talk about an increase in Soul Ash drop rate. Now, if we look back to the past expansion once again, let's use past historical data to sort of guesstimate what's going to happen in the future. And if we look at Titan Residium, Blizzard used this system as a way to prevent people from stockpiling a whole bunch of materials and having a huge advantage in the next patch. So what I feel they'll probably do is they will increase the Soul Ash drop rate through Torghast, whether that be through more levels to grind, whether that be more wings in Torghast. However Blizzard chooses to do it, I'm not entirely sure, but I do feel that we're likely to see maybe an increase to 3,000 to 5,000 Soul Ash potentially being acquired in a single week. Whether you need to do anything more to get that, I'm not entirely sure. That's up to Blizzard to decide, but I do think we'll see a huge increase in the drop rate of the Soul Ash. It means that those people that stockpiled a whole bunch of it and have done maxed out Torghast will see a small advantage for having that. What I think is a limit currently of 8,000 Soul Ash you're able to hold on a character before it caps you out. It will take that value and increase it to 50,000 or something like that, but it will give you the ability to gather a lot more of it each week, meaning I would imagine that a rank 6 would possibly cost you 15,000 Soul Ash to craft, and it seems somewhat sensible if you're getting 3,000 to 5,000 of it a week to give you a 2-week sort of time gating before you can actually equip the very best. This is likely also going to coincide, if they do it on a 2-week basis, it's probably going to coincide between the launch of patch 9.1 and the Mythic Raid being available. They probably want the most geared out, most hardcore players to have the ability to have them legendary maxed out by the time they go into the Mythic Raid, mainly from a balancing point of view as far as Blizzard are concerned, but it means that those who are constantly playing the game and constantly ahead of the curve are going to be in a good position. What this is going to mean though for Goblins is it's going to make ranks 1 to 4 considerably quicker and easier to achieve. If you think that they give you potentially 5,000 Ash in a single week, it means you could actually, in theory, you could create a new ult, you could complete Torghast on that ult your first week and get, say, your 5k cap, and then very quickly in the beginning of week 2, you'd have enough Ash to pick up your rank 4 and start working and start saving towards rank 5 and 6. It's a nice little catch-up system there as well. So that's what I think is going to happen with Legendaries, boys and girls. I'd be really interested to see, A, if you agree with what I've come up with, B, if you have any thoughts yourselves of how you think they may go ahead with this, or C, if you just don't think they should do anything with it at all and scrap the whole system because it was stupid. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it from you. And I'll leave you there for today, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to give the video a like. It really does help the channel grow. If you're new around here, we talk about World of Warcraft and goal making a hell of a lot, so hit that subscribe button and you'll get notifications whenever a new video goes live. But I love you and leave you, boys and girls. Enjoy the day and happy goal making. Peace.